So what does a MEMS foundry do? A MEMS foundry is basically a factory. The foundry part is a factory part. Now, there's typically a research team, a process development team that is working very closely with the factory to develop the process flows to make the product. After all, the foundry only makes money when it has stable products that they crank out through their doors. Now, you may have heard a lot of foundries, they have to spend a lot of time to build a new process for the customer from scratch. That part typically don't make a whole lot of money. They can charge as much as they want, but honestly, it is very difficult work. And a foundry that has all the tools that can play all the magic of microfabrication is going to run very high cost. You can imagine that. And when you indeed develop a new process, you have to turn that process into factory operations. That means your floor needs to not only have one set of each tool, but multiple sets of each tool, right? That kind of margin is very expensive. So a lot of MEMS foundries honestly don't make a whole lot of money. And I have worked with one foundry that have a monthly revenue of $4 million. And I don't know about their profit margin. I have worked with another one that is more a factory than a foundry. But the factory part overall makes about, let's say, $200 million a quarter. And the amount of dedicated engineers and integration and module development is quite a lot. You basically have dedicated customers downstream who relies on you to be successful, and you rely on them for orders. And so this kind of one-on-one relationship actually makes it quite interesting and quite risky. Because on one hand, you can fail to make a product that the customer wants. And once the customer have got some success through you, then they want you to crank out that product. You may or may not have the capacity, right? In that case, it is a very delicate dance. So overall, the MEMS foundry is a very difficult business. I don't see a lot of pure play MEMS foundries anymore, partially because they are typically very small and they cannot scale. The MEMS foundries that are affiliated with TSMC, for example, they basically have a leverage because their other IC unit makes a lot of money and they don't have to make a ton of money or profit. I think that makes it a little easier. Overall, it's not an easy business.